Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol. Now, I've got something I need to get off my chest. The dogs need a walk, and it is a beautiful day, so I reckon we head to the beach. These two. Come on, go. Right, get in the car. On you go, ready? Pass it out. Come on! Oh! In you go. We've arrived at the beach. Let's unleash the hounds. Now, I've come down to West Wittering Beach, which is our favourite haunt. We come here a lot, but let's just get them out gently. Back, wait there a minute, wait. Let me just lift you down. And, oh, you're just going to jump down, are you? And then the most important thing, the wanger. Yes. Really. Yes, my dogs have an unhealthy obsession with the wanger. Ready? Yes, these two just love the beach. Wait, ready? Go! So, what is it I've got to get off my chest? By the way, welcome to West Wittering Beach. The bonus of coming down here on a weekday is literally there's nobody down here. It's phenomenal. The tide is on its way out, which is good as well. The girls just love it running around. Anyway, what is it that I need to get off my chest? Well, as you will guess by the title, I've done a few EV reviews recently. By the way, she's got a squeak in her ball. It's really annoying after a while. I've done lots of EV reviews recently. And the one thing that's really struck me, and I don't know whether it's getting worse, but it's always been pretty bad, is how militant EV owners are in the comments section of any kind of social media post, but normally a YouTube comment. And what I need to do is I want to preface this before I kind of go on and just give you some background to me. So my channel is called Petrol. And I called it Petrol, one, because everybody calls me Pedro or Ped, and I'm a petrol head, Petrol. I thought it was quite clever at the time. But just because my channel's called Petrol doesn't mean to say that I can't appreciate or enjoy electric vehicles, or hybrids, or diesels for that matter. I mean, nobody has a go at me because I review a diesel car and go, but your channel's called Petrol. And I really do think that you don't have to sit in one camp or the other and berate the other. I really do think that I love petrol cars. I love the noise of a V6 or a V8 or a V12, the visceral feeling you get when you're driving one. There's nothing like it. It's phenomenal, especially if it's got an amazing manual gearbox. You know me, I love drivers' cars. But I also really enjoy driving electric cars. And I think all the work I've done with Vintage Voltage as well, looking at electrifying the classics and having been very lucky to drive quite a lot of those, I can appreciate an electric car. In fact, I want to buy one. And I honestly don't think you have to sit on one side of the fence or the other. Just quickly pick up the ball before somebody nicks it, before somebody loses it. And that's the bit that really annoys me. So, why is it that EV owners are so militant? You dogs are obsessed. So I guess I first noticed the kind of militancy of EV owners. Probably the first EV car I reviewed a Tesla, and it very quickly became apparent that, I mean, we joke about them, the Teslarati. If you criticise a Tesla in any kind of YouTube content, oh my goodness me, prepare to be berated by Tesla owners. And often for no reason really. I mean, let's face it, Tesla do some things brilliantly and do some things not so brilliantly. But you have to have a balanced view. They're not the be-all and end-all. They're not brilliant at everything. But generally speaking, the thing I find most interesting is my knowledge of electric vehicles in terms of how they work, the best way to operate them in terms of battery charging, in terms of efficiency, living with. That knowledge has been built up over the last 2 or 3 years. But sometimes I quite like to learn on camera. I like to go through. I had an Audi e-tron. It's a while back now. It was the first time I'd ever tried to live with a car, and I had a nightmare that week, just trying to get it charged and all those types of things. And I put a video out, and I got berated for not knowing how to do these things. And my simple answer is, EV owners forget that they didn't always own an electric vehicle. They went through that learning process as well, and I think part of my job is to document for people who are thinking about electric vehicles as a proposition, to document exactly what that ownership experience is going to be like, the good and the bad. I try and balance between, you know, the car, because I think with an EV review you need to think about the car as a vehicle, and you also need to think about living with it in terms of charging and those types of things. But it just amazes me that they're very, very kind of aggressive comments and aggressive attitude that you get. It's quite sad, really. And let's just balance this one. You also get it the other way around when you review an electric car. You get a similar amount of aggression and nasty comments from petrol car owners who think basically an electric vehicle is the devil's spawn and they shouldn't be allowed. And I just think we all need to just chill out a little bit, to be honest, because they both have their good bits and they both have their bad bits.
Come on, Darcy, ready? Up over, up, come, yeah!
But here's the best bit. The fact you get lots of comments and lots of debate on an EV video, for us as creators, is brilliant, because the algorithm loves it. So I don't really mind it too much. I guess sometimes you just have to let the comments go a little bit and move on, but actually it does us a favour, and what you'll find is quite a lot of creators know that and play on it a little bit. You know, if you're doing an EV video, you just be a bit cheeky with the title. No, make it clickbait. I don't do clickbait, but I do titles that will rile people a little bit and get them to watch the video. You know, it might be my recent e-tron range test where I kind of just said this is the reason people don't buy EVs. Oh my goodness me, got the desired effect. I got loads of views and loads of comments. Some of the comments weren't particularly nice. Really? She's just like, this dog is obsessed with the ball. But I don't mind that. What I also find it quite difficult is it's impossible to preface every video with what you know. And it's also impossible to give the viewer all the information they need to stop them making a silly comment. Really good example. I know, because I drive a lot of EVs, that if you want to charge in public in the most efficient way possible, then you operate the battery between 20 and 80% charge, because the first 20% of battery charge and the last 20% take the longest because of the way the battery works and the way the energy is put into the batteries. So, you know, you might get 20 to 80% charge in 40 minutes. It might take you another half hour, 40 minutes to get the last 20%. So, you know, if you are charging in public, then you don't really, from a time efficiency point of view, you don't want to be charging past 80%. However, in a recent range test, I knew that the destination I was driving to didn't have anywhere I could charge the car, and the next day I was busy and I had to drive a certain number of miles which I knew, and I wasn't going to be able to charge the car. Therefore, I had to sit on that charge station until I had 100% of charge, just to give me the range to use the car the next day. But I didn't kind of explain that in the video. So what that means is you then get absolutely berated for being a complete numpty and not knowing what you're doing, and oh, you would say that because you're petrol ped. No, people, no. It's just that I didn't mention it in the video. Well, you want this thrown again, do you? Right. And that's what I mean. It's funny, but it's just frustrating at the same time. Drop it. Drop it. Right. Ready. Steady. Darcy, that one was for you, mate. Bless her. Darcy now, I guess she's getting on a little bit and she doesn't run quite as much as she used to, and the young one, Hallie, just basically takes over the ball. So you have to kind of hold Hallie and throw the ball specially for Darcy. But yeah, so just to balance it out, otherwise Darcy starts to grumble at you because she's not getting any ball action. Right, Darcy, you'll go. Ready, steady. Just as a bit of an aside from the EV topic, West Wittering's beach is such a beautiful place. I mean, it is absolutely massive. It stretches for miles in that direction. And then on this particular spit, you've got this incredible sand dunes. It's beautiful. And then if you cross the water over there, that's Hayling Island basically over there. And then in the very far distance, on a clear day, you can kind of see Portsmouth and the Spinnaker Tower. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. We come here quite a lot. Oh yeah, and by the way, before anybody says anything, I have poo bags in my pocket. So yes, it's very important to pick up your poo. But yeah, no, we come down here most weekends. It's only 20 minutes or so drive from the house, and the girls absolutely love it, and we just love being near the sea. Spectacular. So lucky to live where we do. Oh, you're there. Good girl. So here's the thing, maybe as an antidote to the hate, I just love cars. For me, it doesn't matter whether the car is powered by a petrol engine, a diesel engine, an electric motor. It doesn't matter whether it's a manual or an automatic. I just love cars and the joy of driving. And I can see good and bad in pretty much any car, and I can get enjoyment from driving any car. I love driving a little kind of sports car with, I don't know, 150 to 200 horsepower, a great manual gearbox down a lovely B road with a great sounding engine. I love it. I love driving a more powerful V6 or V8 supercar or a high-end sports car, and the noise, and then you get to drive proper supercars. I love all of that, but equally I love driving a really good electric car. It's a different driving sensation. You drive a Porsche Taycan and tell me it's not visceral and not exciting, because they're just phenomenal things. They're so fast they make you feel ill. And I can enjoy and admire the engineering that goes into all of these cars and the different types of projects. Come on, dude, you got your ball with you? Oh no, oh, quel dommage. Where's the ball? Oh man, some retrieval dog you are. Look, I had to find it. Phew, that was lucky. I have it back. Now, where was I before we lost the ball? Oh yes, engineering and, you know, what goes into a car. I appreciate all of that. And sometimes I just think it's not a them and us, it's a petrol versus electric or a diesel versus petrol. It's none of that. You don't need all of that. You just need to appreciate good engineering. And there's good engineering in an electric car, and there's good engineering in an internal combustion engine car. And as for the future, well, I'll continue to do a mix of electric and petrol vehicles and diesel vehicles. And that's I never wanted to be a petrol only channel or an electric only channel. I want to give you a whole mix of stuff. That's what I predicate my whole channel on. So, you know, hopefully people can understand that a little bit. But I just find it sad that I just find it sad that people can't open their eyes a little bit and not do the them and us. You know, petrol cars are not the devil's spawn, and for those petrol lovers, electric cars aren't the boring, you know, lifeless boxes that people say they are. And I guess the final point for me before we move on is many of the people who make those comments won't have had the experience of either driving that particular type of vehicle or certainly living with it. Don't tell me we've dropped the ball again. Oh no, she's got the ball still. So, you know, I am very, very lucky. I think the only type of engine I've yet to drive is a W16 Bugatti. That might be happening soon though. I've driven, you know, a lot of modern day electric vehicles, and I'm very lucky through my work with Vintage Voltage to have driven quite a lot of classic electric conversions, and they just blow your mind, those things. Hopefully you watched Friday's video with me and Moggy taking a Land Rover Defender with a Tesla drivetrain off-roading. It's just a phenomenal engineering, and arguably in many respects better off-road than a standard Defender because of the modifications. So, you know, I think people just need to be I don't know, a little bit more aware of the wider world. Tesla is not the be-all and end-all when it comes to electric vehicles by any stretch of the imagination. They're very good, they do lots of things brilliantly. It doesn't mean to say they're perfect. I mean, you think some of the comments you get, you think they're probably being paid by Elon Musk himself just to generate some publicity. Well, there's a conspiracy theory. Anyway, I think I've said enough now. That's my piece. What a beautiful day. Do you want to throw the ball again? Come on then, dude. She's lost the ball again. Oh yeah, now you pick it up. Look, here we go. So anyway, I reckon that brings me to the end of my little rant. Let's just love cars, people. Appreciate different cars for what they are. There's no right and wrong in this world. We just love driving, right? That's what this channel's all about. Be nice to people, be kind to people. And don't be brave sat behind your keyboard and say something in the comments that you wouldn't say to my face. And I think that's what probably winds me up the most. I'm getting much better at not biting, by the way. I'm sure many of you will be very pleased to hear that. Go on this way. Oh, let's drop the ball again. But anyway, I'm going to carry on my lovely dog walk here at West Wittering with my two little pups. Hope you enjoyed joining me this time. A little bit different, I know. I've wanted to do a dog walk down the beach for absolutely ages. But if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol for plenty more content to come. Electric, petrol, diesel, whatever. Bikes, don't forget the cycles, boys. Don't forget the cycles, girls. Woohoo! Anyway, I'll see you on the next film. You take care. Drive safe. Yeah.